I'm Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie. I'm Cynthia. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. I'm just going to ask you a few questions, if that's okay, and just answer to the best of your ability.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so Stephanie, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, first off, I am a health conscious cook. I serve to give great foods and offer a great experience to customers. I'm a diabetic, so when hearing about your particular company, I was very interested in the concept because I want to eat healthy, and I know it's important to eat healthy to have a good lifestyle. So I am enthusiastic about working for a company that has those values.
Fantastic. So I know you said you're enthusiastic. Tell me, Stephanie, why else should we hire you?
Well, I feel like you should hire me. As I mentioned before, I'm a very health conscious cook. I'm a diabetic, but I'm also a dietitian. So I embody expertise in a variety of ways. As a dietitian, I know the nutritional values of foods and how to offer those foods to customers in a way that will help them achieve great health. As a professional cook, I know how to prepare those foods in an expert way to have those good nutrient values and good vitamins, good minerals actually reach their body without killing it off. As a diabetic, it's important to me, it reaches home to me that eating healthy is important for me to live and to maintain well-being as for everyone else. So working there, I feel I would be an expert candidate for your job because I embody it majorly as an expert in all the aspects of your concept.
Perfect. I mean, it sounds like you bring a lot to the table. So, to build on that a little bit, can you tell me a little bit about maybe one of your greatest strengths, and then a second part of that question is maybe a weakness that you'd like to improve on.
One of my greatest strengths, I believe, is working in a team setting. But more importantly, I love to work as a leader within a team setting. Mm-hmm. So I love teams. I love it, but there's something in me that can motivate others to achieve greatness, mm-hmm. and to be victorious and to feel that. And so I bring that to the team and have them not just feel like regular team members, but people that can do extraordinary things as part of the team. A weakness I feel is control. It's hard for me to be controlled or to be in a situation where I'm not in control. So some ways I work around that is to work for employees that give me the ability to have autonomy or to have the ability to not be micromanaged. And so I know that for myself, to not get in those situations, but to also ask for empowerment, ask for a task where I can work and lead and do things on my own as well.
Nice. Sounds good. So, you're talking very general terms. So tell me specifically, why do you want to work for us?
Our Modern Market is one of the only companies I've seen that actually put on the forefront on their website a value of eating healthy, having their employees eat healthy, yes. having their customers eat healthy, mm-hmm. and having them achieve not just eating healthy, but achieve a better well-being by doing so. It's everywhere it's paramount. And so I've seen, you see that a lot in today's society, but it's not expressed as a value system. Mm-hmm. As this is what we do day to day. This is our focus. This mm-hmm. is our goals. So at Modern Market, that's why I wanted to work. That's why I want to work for Modern Market.
Fantastic. So you align with our mission. So tell me a little bit about how you performed in your culinary class.
Well, with culinary school, I got all A's this semester.
Nice.
So I'm very excited about that. And I typically get A's most semesters. Mm-hmm. I've been on the honor roll as an El Central student. Beyond class, I was the president of the National Culinary Student Association. I received Student of the Year last year for both the El Centro Food and Hospitality, but also recently from the Texas Chef Association, which is the professional. It's professional seeing me as a student that is great as well. So I've had the opportunity to impact both students, teachers, but also professional chefs as a student. I've also received several scholarships for my academic achievements, and just the passion. I guess people are starting to see it. So I love school. I love learning. So beyond the A's, it's just the process of learning and getting better and getting more skills. So that whole I love school. So I like the question. I like to be able to talk about that because I love what I've gained from it so far.
That's fantastic, and it sounds like it's reflected in all the accolades you've received so far. So you love school, you're very passionate, you're doing really well. How about outside in the industry? Do you have any experience in the food service industry?
Yes, I have plenty of experience. I started my humble beginnings at Einstein Bagels.
Nice.
I love it. I love just getting in there, and what I love most about that was just the customer service experience. Being able to engage and serve food and see them smile, and it was simple. It was simple, and then I moved on to the Cowboy Stadium where it wasn't at all simple. It was very challenging. It was high demand, high volume, but it was still engaging. It was still a passion of plating food, serving good food, and serving people, and the quality aspect grew where I had to pay more attention to detail, and I had to learn to work more hours and work on my feet and work fast and pay attention to the timeline. So I have a lot of experience with that. And also now, I also worked at Knife Dallas under the celebrity chef John Tazar. And so that was an experience just going in there, where I'm surrounded by all these professional experts, but just being able to be confident in that scenario and still learn and still ask questions and not be intimidated, and learn detail even more so. Each plate has to look beautiful. So every detail, even the time, everything under 6 minutes versus, you have 3 hours to complete a lot. You have 6 minutes to have a perfect, beautiful plate. You got to be quick, but it has to look nice. So you learn something unique in each situation. So I think I've gained a lot of culinary experience so far. I look to gain more with you guys and incorporating my values into the workplace a little bit more.
Fantastic. So speaking of values, you touched on our mission a little bit in terms of wellness and what we state. Tell me more about what you feel about health and wellness.
Well, like that kind of went right into a good question. What health and wellness is the most important thing to me beyond like family and but as far as career-wise, it's followed me throughout my whole career where I became a dietitian. I started off as a diabetic, so it was a part of my life. It's not just a career, but I've learned to incorporate my life values and what's important to me into my career. Starting as a dietitian and moving into the culinary field. With the culinary field and like finding Modern Market, it was like finally there's like a job perfect for a dietitian and a cook who wants to do both. So it's very important to me, and I hope that you see that through my experience and my expressions and stuff today.
Great, thank you. So, Stephanie, what do you feel is the most essential principle in the kitchen to follow? And can you give me an example of how you have followed it in the past?
I certainly can. For me, and what should be, I think, for every professional cook is food safety and sanitation. That is the most essential and most important principle, beyond customer service, beyond before knife skills and things like that. Food safety and sanitation is essential. You have to serve safe food to your customers, or else you'll see a lot of lawsuits like you see currently going on. Your company, your reputation will die. And for Modern Market, it's all about fresh, wholesome food. So that wholesomeness means safe. It means healthy, but it also means safe. And so I feel like you guys might have that same principle, but for me, it's definitely food safety and sanitation. And how I've exemplified that, I can say in a recent experience, and like my employer now, I walked in, and I don't want to change the system too much, but I noticed they didn't have any sanitation buckets on their, like, near each prep station, and they didn't use gloves. So I initially started by example, by putting sanitation buckets in the sections that should have them, and just doing it regularly so they get used to seeing and using it, and addressing it with management, not talking about how bad it is to the coworkers, but addressing the concern based on the value system, not based on you guys are terrible, but based on, like, these are our values, and so we should follow through with that, and how we work and how we, like, work and show it in our day to day. So that was an example, and it happened where now we started using sanitation gloves all the time. We started using we have buckets at every station, and we're starting a system of checking every few hours that it's the sanitation temperatures are correct and things like that. So it started from small, and it's becoming what it should be.
Right. Sounds great. Wonderful. So you're very dedicated. You're very dedicated to the task and our mission. But cooking is about relationships and the environment we build. So just a fun question I have for you. What do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun? I love to eat. That's what I do for fun. That's like, if you want to make me have fun, let me have fun. Take me to go eat somewhere. So that's the first thing I do for fun. Next, obviously, is cooking. I cook for fun. But beyond those obvious things, I love to draw. I love to write. I love to go fishing. And I just love to be with nature. So those are the most enjoyable things I like to do.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. So before we go, do you have any questions for us?
No, not at this time.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much, and we'll be in touch.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.